All right, we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go live with Lamont King. All right, so listen, it's going to be a little bit different today. Location again. Tuesdays and Thursdays this week has been a challenge for me because my people felt the need to rearrange my schedule. So we're on location today. So that's what it's going to be. No music, no sound effects, but it's still going to be a dynamite show because that's just what we're going to get right to it, man. Closet Studios, not even in the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studio. It's just a whole different setup. Let's take this off because advertising around these parts. Good to see y'all, Peanut Gallery. Again, no sound effects, no jingle, no intro. This is on the fly, man. This is what happens when you got to deal with a remote situation. But I'm still in. I see y'all coming in. And right now, usually you be singing along to the jingle, bobbing your head and all that, which is outstanding. But not today, bitch. All right, good to see y'all. Let's get to it, man. I ain't gonna waste your time. It's one of those evenings, man. It's just came off of the full moon, and I'm looking over here because I got, like I see, traffic, crime, drug deals, and all the shit like right outside the window, like literally. So. If you see me glancing, it's for my protection, not yours. Good to see you, John. All fun and games. Yeah, next time, John. Next time we do it, we get the beat. I'm all with it. Maybe even pre-recorded, and I play it off the phone. West Coast, good to see y'all. This is something we do each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. East Coast time. And shout out to everybody watching right now on the West Coast. And we're like a podcast. Trending topics, celebrity interviews, hilarious commentary, and interesting people. A bit of that each time today. Oh, we got some new people. The regular shout out, no individual shout outs. If you didn't bring anybody, you know the rules. So, Peanut Gallery, I get a collective shout out. I don't. The camera is crispy. This can't be a camera in the studio. I refuse to believe that, Haynes. No way. And by the way, this is not my logo. I do not own the rights to that logo. I had to, improvise on Google. So I don't know who that is, but I may have to send them some paperwork for cease and desist because I don't really like how that shit was. It don't have my name on it. All right, let's get to a couple of stories, man, and then we're gonna get into our interview. We got some guests stopping by today. Talk about some a very interesting application that they put together. I found fascinating, so I want to hear more about it. But before we get to that, two stories that just jumped out on Twitter. First, congratulations to Tiffany Cross and Jonathan Capehart. Y'all do the fake applause amongst yourself. Jonathan Capehart, two contributors to MSNBC, Joy-Ann Reid show, The Readout. And Joy-Ann Reid has two shows, so I've been contributors to both. Very good at what they do, and apparently they both got weekend shows now. So that shows you how it goes in TV. Because both of them have only been there around maybe the last couple of years, which is a big deal. So salute to them, congrats to them, man. So where to go? Oh, here's a story that just blew me today. I didn't appreciate this. I don't like this, man. In dickhead news, let's go to this. Let's read along to this. Look at the headline. Like, come on, man, knock it off. So this is CNN Travel. You can read along yourself, or do you Google your own. A couple was arrested after allegedly traveling to Hawaii, knowing they tested positive for COVID-19. All right, so let's stop there. This is what I was trying to talk about the other day. I'm like just now ready to maybe want to consider booking a trip. You know, I know that the second lockdown is upon us, and the goings and comings are now on restriction again. Like some countries don't want us there again. And then in some places we can't really, I know Mexico is wide open. Surprised the numbers ain't really spiked. But seeing shit like this is really, this is what scares, this is what makes me annoyed, man. Some also today, what's the airline that flies to Australia and all that? Auckland's or whatever. Australian airline. They just said now you got to come on. You got to come on. What you can't fly without your papers. So all that stuff we talk and joke about, like they're already doing it. It ain't no. It's going to be that way, and in the future, to get on that airline, you got to have proof, not of a positive test. I said it wrong. Not of a negative test. You got to have proof of a vaccine to fly now. All right, let me get back to this story. Let me read this. Qantas, there it is. Thank you, Drunken Fruit, our longest running sponsor. Qantas. John Watson says maybe satellite radio will follow suit. You think? Inside joke, sidebar. All right, back to it. So here's the story. It was today. Now look at them. Let's first of all let's take a look at their face. Here's the face of dumb ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if they're high and drunk. Passport picture? Like what kind of fuck that? Or did they get arrested at the airport? They might have got arrested at the airport. I could believe that. All right, so a couple from Hawaii was arrested over the weekend after allegedly flying home knowing that they both had tested positive for COVID-19. I get that. You're trying to get home. Wesley and Courtney of Hawaii. They traveled with a child on a United Airlines flight out of San Francisco, November 29th. So clearly, y'all traveling for Thanksgiving after everybody told you not to. But you just don't give a damn. So a preliminary report, the couple had been in quarantine station at the San Francisco International Airport, not to fly, but they boarded the flight because they had shown that they had tested positive. So the husband and wife, they were well, I don't know if they're husband and wife, but the couple were arrested upon arrival in second-degree reckless endangering. They were endangering. They were each released on a $1,000 bail. The child, man, now you done lost. The child was released into the care of a family member, and CPS was notified. Come on, man. Like, what is y'all doing? This is what make me so nervy. Because I'm like, folk next to you on the trickery. Everybody looking good, but y'all done tested positive yesterday. Now we got to wait to see 10 days from now to see if anybody else got the jump from flying with them. Come on, man. That's now if somebody do they get that full charge? They should. That's too much, man. Y'all got to smarten up out here, man. That's unfair to the rest of us who going about it the right way. So anyway, all right, something funny before we get into our guest right here. Something I saw this today. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with these little hearing these fake friends. That's literally what they are, double entendre. So all day, every day, last few days, if y'all haven't been keeping up, they got people testifying. I don't know where these people coming from. I don't know who's paying. Maybe that $3 million that was, or that $30 million that was raised for Trump, for the recount fund or whatever. Maybe they cutting checks out of that joint. The absolute worst people in America to come and tell the truth under oath about literally making up on the spot. Let's watch this real quick, man. This is these people are really having are telling their personal witness accounts of voter fraud and polling place and election fraud. They really just putting anybody on the microphone, and this is hilarious, man. A lot of people need to go to jail, man. It's jail time for a lot of people. I don't even understand how this is. Let's watch this together. So, and Rex Chapman posts a lot of these on Twitter too. So I enjoy following him. So get that man a follow. Anyway, so this is apparently she was a drunk woman, and this is her account of what went down at the polling place.
Completely off. Completely off.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
The poll book is completely off.
Completely.
Off by 30,000?
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000.
That poll,
Why don't
you look at the registered voters on there.
How many registered voters are on there? Do you even know the answer to that?
Well, I guess I'm trying to get the here.
Zero.
My question then is if the
That's how many. Wait.
What about how?
What
about the turnout rate? 120%.
Let's let Representative Johnson ask his question.
so the poll book number Okay, there's two things that could happen here. Either the poll book number, if balanced, were counted multiple times. There's two options. Option number one is that the poll book numbers are not going to match.
They don't.
Oh, okay.
Not by thousands and thousands we see right now.
You
That's
take a
option
look
number
again.
one.
Take a look again.
Option number two is that they essentially were filling in names of people who didn't vote. So is that
That's
is
a
that
representative question, and then we
I
can.
thought that was.
Well, I guess that's my question here is why we're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What'd you guys do? Take it and
Oh.
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes. So
I know what I
saying
saw.
that they're filling.
I saw, and I signed something wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
Okay, I think
you're trying to ask you
let me
legitimate question.
yeah, let's let Representative Johnson ask his question, and then don't interrupt him.
Okay.
And then if you want to respond to it, that's fine.
All right, that's enough for that. I believe he's a Republican, and so it's funny to watch. All right, they're really over the shits. There's a lot of them that are really all right. Enough with the man. We got to keep this moving, and they really jumping off the ship. But terrible, man. Like that's the face of crystal meth. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. When I was watching the clip earlier, I was trying to figure out. I don't know if y'all play this game. I do this game a lot on TV or whatever. I did it a lot during the Republican National Convention. Like when you try to guess the drug, when you be watching, you be like, are they drunk? Are they high? Is that coke? Like what? I don't know enough about meth to be able to gauge and pick and be like, oh yeah, that's crystal meth. I know that. I seen that scratched anywhere. You know, around in the crack era. So I know what it looked like when you're on crack. I lived in Hollywood. What it look like when you're on cocaine. I'm around your people. I know what it look like when you're off that marijuana. But that, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. I try to guess the drug, man. All right, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're now everything in O, I guess. I had to do that for a cutie pie in the chat. Shout out, no applause sound system here. So yeah, y'all you take it away. I believe it'll be Seattle and Pittsburgh in the fake Super Bowl, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been following like that y'all out there whooping ass. And also sad news, Washington traded John Wall for Russell Westbrook in the NBA. Huh? Why? Whole nother story. All right, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We always like to spot entrepreneurs and upstarts and black businesses program. And so Mr. Clarkson, our executive producer down the hall in Studio G, who's handling things on the technical side. Shout out to you. No applause. Brought these two gentlemen to the show to talk about an app that's very interesting. I think it'll be interesting. You want to bring them in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, from LifeTaggerApp.com, KP and Seth. What's good with you, folks?
Chilling, man. What's good? What's good?
Yeah, I hear me.
Yeah.
All right, it's a live show, so you got to bear with me, man. We outside of the studio, so a lot of things are gonna be different. But tell me who's KP and who's Seth? We never met before.
I'm
KP.
I'm Kendrick. I'm KP.
Okay, I'm just going off the email. All right.
No, you good. You good. You good. You good. Got you. You good.
Right, talk to me about the business. What's the name of the company, first of all, and how did you two guys, before we talk about the name of the company, and how did you two guys get together?
So the name of the company is Life Tagger, and first let me do the obligatory thank you for having us on the show, giving us a platform and a space to talk about our product and what we're trying to build at Life Tagger. Also, anytime I get a chance to get on a platform or in a space, I either start with or end with you got to arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. Like I can't believe we still 2-3 months into this and we still talking about this. So go arrest those people first. And now that bit of housekeeping is out of the way, now we can start talking about what we're building, because obviously there's always things that are just more important than just black business right now. There's injustice. So Me and Seth are, frat brothers, good friends, best friends from college. So it was a natural thing to kind of have him come aboard and like be a part of what we're building. But I'll tell you, actually, kind of the genesis of Life Tagger app. It started. I'm in a really blessed to be in a really good spot with family, and my family reunion is at Christmas. And one Christmas, me and one of my cousins, one of my other co-founder, Marlon Brown, we were just sitting around. We were just sitting around. And I just married. And so I was kind of asking him, like, hey, how do you manage your honey-do list or your task list when your wife gives you something to do? And you got to go to work and, you do all the other stuff. And he was like, well, I kind of built my wife out for that. And so we were talking about getting a text message at 9 a.m. in the morning. Saying, hey, pick up some milk on the way home. And then when you actually, oh, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm hearing a little bit of feedback, and maybe that's me or something else. But we really was just talking about getting a text message from your wife at 9 o'clock in the morning, asking you to do something like, hey, pick up some milk on the way home. And then getting all the way home, and there's just no worse feeling of like pulling up at your house and knowing you forgot to like get that milk. So he was like, hey man, I just built my wife this app where instead of her sending me that text message at 9 o'clock in the morning, she actually attaches it to the Walmart that I pass on the way home. So when I get to the Walmart, when I pass by the Walmart on the way home, I get a notification and boom, it tells me what milk to get. There's a picture of the milk. So what we started to realize that a lot of messages that you get, there is time is not the best kind of context for that. Sometimes location is the best context. Sometimes it's whatever you're around at, it could be a landmark, it could be a location, and it can actually be like the music or the sound that you're listening to, maybe a better time for you to get a message. So we were looking at that and we're like, dang, like that makes a lot of sense in this, husband, wife, spouse, honey-do list use case. But how do we do that and make it like impact business? So we started looking at, all of us have Gmail, or maybe 98% of us have Gmail, and you have that promotions tab. And you don't ever check that promotions tab. Like I got like 40,000 emails in that promotions tab because a business is just sending me this email at whatever time they think, I might read it. And if I don't read it, it's like, oh, well, what if I got that same message for 10% off, or, Old Navy stays in my inbox, $5 socks today, come to Old Navy. Well, what if I got that same coupon or that same type of information when I was actually near Old Navy? I would be more inclined to go into it than actually leave my desk, go from work, and go to Old Navy. So that was kind of our genesis and our thought process behind it. So we're like, yeah, there's a lot of types of communication that you can do that's just better based on your proximity. And then we start, COVID hit, so we were making some good traction, and then COVID hit, and, like COVID wrecking a lot of businesses out here. And, we started thinking like, hey, there's a lot of people just watching their screens right now. How can we send those same type of communications based on you like watching the screen? So, we got live with Lamont King right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some of your episodes, and then, you have your great sponsors. And what we're going to do is every time somebody's watching one of these episodes, they can open up our app, hit our Discover Audio button, and then get a message from your sponsor. So it's a great way for you to like have your audience engage with your sponsors. And it's a great way to actually get that kind of feedback and really, quantify, how you are engaging with your sponsors. So, I'm going to do that. We're going to set that up. I didn't do it ahead of time. I'm sorry. I just got busy with work. But I want to set it up and let you see that. And that's what, and that's what folks are paying us to do right now for their business. Is really rethinking when and where you get messages.
All right. So real quick, I got to say, I hate the idea. I hate the idea. I think it's absolute trash. And only reason why is because, God damn it, I didn't think of it. And I'm so It's blown away how much sense that makes. So I guess we're trying to follow. Is that technology? You both are tech and IT. Is that technology already in existence, or did you figure out to use what was already in the phone, or did you come up with a whole new platform?
So I'll say this: neither me or Seth are the guys that you go to for tech in the company. We are not we're the business guys on the back end. You know,
oh, okay.
But we can't say it is using some existing technology, because we can do this through anybody's phone, anybody's mobile device. So as long as you can put the app on your phone, you can access all of these benefits. So,
and for us, you know, I'm never, afraid to talk about the, kind of some of the stuff that's under the hood. But what we thought about was your phone is using all these different type of signals. Like your phone is always checking where your GPS is because you let Facebook and all those other apps know your location. You use Bluetooth for your headsets in your car and stuff like that. You use Wi-Fi. And these are all signals that you can send messages over, and people just don't know that. And so, right now in this world with like all of the contact tracing and things like that with COVID, they're using Bluetooth signals. So, we just launched a pilot in the city of Milwaukee where we're delivering COVID communications to residents in Milwaukee through our app that's saying like, hey, you're in a tough spot, or you're in a spot with like a lot of COVID cases, you may want to wear a mask, make sure you're washing your hands and keep your distance. So we're taking every signal that your phone is putting out, and we're giving folks the ability to actually send messages and advertisements across that platform. Now, for our users that download it, we ain't out here spamming you. We're not having like, you're not walking outside and getting 60 different messages from everybody and their grandmother. One, we're not that big, and two, we don't like that. So we would never do that to folks that are using our app. So it's really follow the content that you want to follow. So if you have trusted folks, brands, and things like that you want to follow, and you can follow that, and then you'll get notifications. The coolest thing I think that we've done so far, there is always this struggle to find Black-owned businesses near you, like that Google search and like Black-owned business this, Black-owned business that. You got to go through layers on Google to get to that. So we just, right when everybody was doing their performative allyship and saying like, hey, yeah, we down for the cause. So we just started building a list of Black businesses in about 20. We built a list in like 25 cities right now, to where anytime you're just out and about and exploring, you can check our app and you can see all the Black businesses that you're around. So we take the guesswork out of like supporting a Black business, because at any given moment, if it strikes you to say like, man, let me see if I'm around some Black business because I'm about to spend some money, like just pop open our app, go into our Green Book channel, which shout out to Green Book and the history behind that. Obviously, it's the guidebook for folks that kind of wanted to travel, for Black folks that wanted to travel and needed to know where to go. We just trying to kind of recreate or I don't even know what the word is, but we're trying to channel that spirit in our app as well too. And we don't charge any of those businesses to be listed in our app, because we gotta do what's right by our folks that live like that.
But now, is the app free?
Absolutely.
In the app stores?
Absolutely. You can go download it right now. You can start sending location-based messages to your significant other. I do get a lot of pushback of people that don't like the app, not because they didn't think of it, but because now that their spouse knows that if they send a message to this place and you say you were somewhere and you send it to a location, like there's two ways to get that message. Now she can text you, and then she can also send it to your location. So if you said you were going to be, around the way, and then you're not really around the way, like disclaimer, and I want to, put a disclaimer out there. Like we want y'all to go download the app, and I may have just taught y'all how to doing it, but download the app to support the businesses, and then you can not use it for anything else if you want to.
or just be where you say you at. I mean, that's the easy one.
That's
And I said I don't think a lot of people had thought of that use case, but you shared it, so yeah. Now they know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do right.
If it's free for the user, and it's free for the businesses that you spotlight,
So there are businesses that we don't spotlight. And we actually, and also the way we developed this technology, we kind of thought about the mobile app. It's kind of a second. It's kind of like a second fiddle to what we do. We also developed the technology where we can take our code and we can insert it into any mobile app that wants to use our technology. So if you want the same capabilities, you don't have to actually use our app to do that. If you built your own app, we can license you the technology. So some of our revenue comes from licensing. Some of our revenue comes from folks paying for different features in the app. So, our Green Book folks, we're listing them and we're letting people know when they're near them. But we have a tiered pricing model that allows our other customers to access and unlock some other features that they may want to unlock for their business.
Yeah, just to dive into that a little deeper, the Green Book businesses, you'll be alerted that you're near them, but those businesses don't have the ability to provide additional content. For our paid subscribers, our paid customers, they can put their deals that are up right then and there. They can let you know that happy hour is going on. So those paid, they get a little bit more features. Yeah, they can let you know exactly what kind of deals you'll get when you come in. But for the Green Book channel, we just want to make sure that Black businesses are being spotlighted and that you're near them. So.
Now, the tech landscape right now with innovation and creativity, there are a lot of, apps or directories or databases that have popped up, since everyone's tip or whatever. What can you say about your product that separates you from the rest of these directories and Black business databases out there?
I think our biggest kind of differentiator and value add is that it's the notification piece. There's a lot of directories. You still gotta go in Google, type in the address, or ours is like, hey, you want these notifications or you don't want these notifications, and we're trying to create this marketplace that incentivizes folks to make a buying decision with a Black-owned business or any other business that we're advertising on the platform in that moment. So I think our difference is like how we looked at our users and customers was that there's a lot of people out in that space that are really trying to make you do the discovery. Our thing is like a lot of times buying is an impulse decision. Like you make an impulse buy, you're like, oh man, I'm gonna go. And so we're trying to create the best deal and the best kind of context and atmosphere when you're ready to make that buying decision. Our app kind of is following up on that and saying like, okay, you're ready to buy something right now. Here's the best deal that's available to you right now. And it's based on like where you are. So if you're downtown, I don't want to say downtown Washington D.C. If you're U Streeting it on DC and you have every business competing for you for happy hour when you're going to happy hour, that's how we differentiate ourselves, because it's not like we want you to be looking to kind of patronize that business and then have the business create the best offer for you and not just be a listing, where you can get a listing. And the other cool part of it is a lot of folks that, they use Yelp and they use other things to like, find out about businesses. But a lot of times that's from like a lot of people that you don't know. And then so in our app, a lot of times the content that you'll see about, if somebody left a tag at a certain business and, rest in peace Marvin's, but, somebody, left some content at Marvin's, you would only see really the content from your friends and people that you trust. So you got close to Marvin's, get a notification and then it'd be like, hey, Seth left some tags here. I can check and see what Seth was saying about Marvin's. And to me, that's on that part of it, that makes me more inclined to do it than just, Candace from Candace from DC Northwest left a message, or that to me is the more value add when it comes to that too, because we're creating a community inside of our app as well.
That's what I was going to get to. So with that explanation, it sounds like it could expand into a community and thus, I guess, fit in the same category as a social media platform, in a sense. Yeah. Is that?
Can I jump in?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Sure.
You have the ability to socialize with your close friends, whereas social media has gotten to be where 90% of the people you follow or are on your friends list, you don't really know. The beauty of LifeTagger is you're getting content and notifications from the people you're close to because they're leaving that content for you. So shout out to KP, shout out to Marlon. They always leave me information at airports. So when I get into a city, as soon as I get off the plane, I get the notifications. Make sure you hit this up while you're here. Make sure you hit that up. But it's not just a whole bunch of the 800 people that I graduated with 20 years ago and whatever they think about it. It's just, so you're only keeping your close personal friends in terms of like who's giving you the information.
Because we actually really limit the tags that you see from other people to the contacts in your phone. So if they have the app and they're contacting your phone, then like that keeps your circle, like that keeps like no one else from just jumping into your circle. Like, hey, I don't really know this man. Like if you don't know somebody well enough to have their contact in their phone, you're not taking restaurant advice from you're not taking food advice from somebody. You usually text somebody and say, hey, what was the name of that spot that you went to last week and got them wings? We're trying to take that same type of interaction and then just give you different ways to do it. So, right now our users can like send tags, like you can send a tag like a regular text message to somebody. So you can just send it now, or you can leave it at a location. And our product roadmap is also being able to like attach tags to audio for users. So like you're listening to something cool that I did. I was listening to the when they started those versus battles with Scott Storch and Manny Fresh. I'm originally from Louisiana, so Manny Fresh won. I'll just throw that out there. You're
breaking up. You're breaking up. You said Manny Fresh won. He won.
Manny Fresh won. I am from Louisiana. We will never say Manny Fresh didn't win.
You talking about the verses?
No, you're not breaking up. I'll keep saying it again for everyone in the chat and the audience. Okay, Manny Fresh won.
You saying he beat Scott Storch? You're breaking up.
The views of KP don't necessarily reflect the views of LifeTagger. That is
100% reflect the views of LifeTagger. But while I was, sitting there watching it, I started tagging that YouTube video, like there was the back that ass up video, and I tagged I sent a message to my friends and saying like you can add whatever you want to add to that back that ass up music video. So if you following me on LifeTagger and you listen to the back that ass up video and you hit discover audio, you're going to see like I dropped a commentary video on why it was important to me at age, I think I was 16, 17 when it dropped. So, I'm talking about, hey, like this thing changed the game when I was in high school. Like this song changed the game. We went from standing on the wall dancing to like back that ass up. And this is the moment, like this is a moment in history that needs to be encapsulated in Black people history of like that moment in time when that when that dropped, like that was a game changer. We didn't know that, 20, 30 years later, this is where we would be with back that ass up. So, there had to be commentary and it had to come from me. But I dropped that on the video. And so we're creating in our product roadmap, that's what we want to create. We want to create that kind of, so that anything that you're in proximity to, whether it's a location, whether it's an audio signal, a TV show, another person's phone, you can connect with them in an authentic way if you want to connect with them. And the same thing for our businesses. Like we tell them all the time, like our goal is for you like we don't do a good job of bringing like new followers or anything like that to a person's business. And I'm very upfront with businesses like that. Like we don't boost you like an Instagram does or a Facebook where you're trying to build more followers. What we do is we take who's in your community right now, and we give them more opportunities to buy, purchase. We set them up with more opportunities to make an impulse buy, to purchase, or not even an impulse buy, but to make a buying decision to support your brand, because that's what we're good at. We're not good at being, and so, you talked about being social media. We kind of shy away from that. What we want to do is take the Live with Lamont King community, and we want to make sure every time somebody's watching this, like they can hit the button in our app and get your Patreon link and support you there, or they can donate to you directly. Or if you want them to follow you on Instagram, we'll drop the Instagram link. So when they're watching this, they can seamlessly have your Instagram up and follow you. And they don't have to stop listening to you to do it. So they can literally be watching you on a screen. They can be watching you on YouTube on their phone, and they can open up our app, tap our Discover Audio button, and get all of this extra content that you may want to provide. And so that's what we're trying to help folks, really not build a community, but like once you have that community, how do you keep them engaged in what you're doing and what our content creators are doing?
No, I hear all that. That's real content. My only add to that would be I get it 1,000%. I wouldn't shy away from the association, because a lot of people who are not necessarily familiar with your vision and where you will immediately associate you with a social media platform. And I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, I don't think that's a bad thing early on, until people get hip to what it is that you actually go on, because I think it's a clutch idea. And the reason why I say that is because with so much, we're entering a very problematic era of time with the current social media platforms that we have. And I think it's important that conversation is had. These Black business startups, these Black tech, tech savvy people coming out of college now, people that have been working for the big firms for 20 years, whatever have you, to the forefront with platforms that are specifically by, for, and about Black folks. Period. Like it's long. That's long overdue, in my opinion. So I look at it that way. Instagram, Facebook, they're all having their problems. You got these, culture vultures that come out and try to do, different things. And Kevin Hart's now of Clubhouse, and I just think it's important, not necessarily to ride the, but to take that association and that affiliation and optimize it into something that's completely beneficial for the culture and for people and for business. Because I agree, curating a small, loyal fan base, I think for small businesses, is having 1,000 people buy one thing from you, having 10 to 100 people continuously patronizing you and supporting you, I think is the lifeblood of small businesses. So I salute you. You great concept. I'm gonna download as soon as my phone charging right now. But as soon as how long has the app been live, and how many downloads do you have so far?
So we've been live. We started the company in 2015, but we actually created some apps that were pretty trash at first, and then we went back to the drawing board. I'm very transparent about that. Like, we didn't talk to people and see what they wanted, and that's always a big failure part in business. But we re-released our apps in really first part of this year, right before COVID hit. It was like end of February. So we've got about 10,000 folks downloaded and on the platform, and we just keep continuing to grow.
And I'd also say, because I appreciate you saying you're going to download it. When anybody downloads it, tell your friends, tell the people that you're in contact with every day. You're going to get the most usage out of it when you have that circle that you can rely on and you can leave tags for, and they can leave tags for you. To your point about us trying to make sure that we're supporting Black businesses, the reason you're only going to get content from those people or in terms of like reviews and whatnot, is there's a lot of haters out here. Like there's a lot of MAGA folks that understand that, oh, if I just leave all these trash comments and just troll all day, then that's the first thing these people are going to see on Yelp or see on Google. So you're going to get information from people who actually have the best interests in mind. And if they say that the restaurant is trash and that's your best friend, you know it's not coming from a place of they just hate the owner. Like that's just what it is. So
You're right.
No bots.
Nah, that's dope.
No bots.
Nah, well, I appreciate it. Life Tagger app, KP and Seth. I'm glad y'all spent some time on Let's Go Live. We definitely gonna check it out. And I wish y'all the best, man.
Appreciate you having us, man.
Hey, make America dope again. Black-owned business, Dopeaholics. He HBCU grad. Go get some of that.
That's what's up. Where'd y'all go?
He didn't go to the HBCU. I'm gonna just say that right now. Shout out to Dillard University, 2601 Gentilly Boulevard in the in out.
Hey, but you want to know? I got a quick story. I didn't go to a HBCU. I went to the University of New Orleans, right down the street. But I actually had a Dillard ID and a meal plan at Dillard, and never took a class there. So you know, I'm one of those guys who would just would be on the yard, as they would say. I would just be on the yard because that's where the homies were. So yeah.
No, I can dig it. I went to a PWI. I was conceived at a HBCU, but I went to a PWI, so I ain't mad. It's all good.
Amen.
All right, gentlemen, there it is.
Amen.
App.com. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all next time.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, I wish I had my sound effects, but I don't. So, but there, man. Dope idea, dope concept. Like I get it. I understand it. That I think I definitely would. You know, we live in an age of convenience anyway, and you know, and on demand, like we always talk about here. So that kind of fits right in with if you think about it. And that was a good point about Gmail too, because I got to join open right now. Let's go. Let's count. Let's see how many's in my promotions tab. That's funny. I was reaching the max, so they gave me the little warning a couple months ago. So I spent some time. I spent some time deleting until I could the Gmail. You know, you get enough messages when they freeze your Gmail. So I actually don't have a lot in the promotions tab. Oh, wait a minute. I'm back up to 3,400. God damn. And then social, I'm under 200. But primary, 14,000. Will I ever get through those? But anyway, so yeah, man. Kudos. Check it out, Life Tagger app. I'm about to do that shortly. Last thing before we get up out of here, so shit's different. We got different time periods, and they come around here locking doors and all that. They hit to tomorrow. But last thing, so there's some serious happenings with one social media star. I really do much into it because I don't know the ins and outs, but I do know it's unfortunate. There's some allegations of domestic violence, spousal abuse. I'm not one for breaking bad news, and I'm not one for breaking speculation and all that. So go do your Googles. But a very popular social media stuff is wrapped up with a horrible situation with his wife. And so we'll probably have more details, and I'll get some people on with more opinions to talk about. Matter of fact, we might even talk about it tomorrow. All fun and games. So, unfortunate situation, and there, you know, there's some crime involved. I don't talk about that aspect of it, but yeah. So there's that. I know that people hit me today. It was like, "You gonna talk about it?" I was like, "Nah, you know, I don't do nothing first day. I'll wait till all the details and things are flushed out because I don't like jumping out there and be dead wrong later. You know what I mean? That's not my style. So we'll talk about that probably tomorrow. All right. Let me check on the peanut gallery one last time, see what y'all talking about, and then we head out here. John Watson said, "Yo, geez, you said yes. We yes. How you get from Maryland to Boston in 1 hour? Who's T. Cooper. Who the? I don't know. Fly, maybe. I don't know. That's it. Y'all ain't talking about shit. All right. On behalf of everybody that made this show great, as always, Mr. Clarkson, executive producer down the hall in Studio G. Roland Martin for being patient. You know, a little bit of advice and insight off air here and there. And John Watson. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Karen Hunter Show, 3 to 6 p.m. Sirius XM, Urban View Channel 126. And right 6 o'clock with all fun and games, because it's all fun and games until it ain't. And I see y'all, man. No fanfare, no nothing. All my equipment is at the crib. I don't have the outro music. I don't have the lights.